have a pretty good win record in Vertigo, but they've only played 3 or 4 maps so far, especially with this lineup, if I'm not mistaken. So this is a banger. I love it. I knew Inferno was probably going to be the final map, but the fact that they went with a Vertigo pick shows NIP definitely have a game plan going in for here. Because last time, Potter, I'm sure you remember, it was Mirage, Overpass, and Inferno which were played, which Vitality won in 3 overtimes in each of those maps. So I love the switch of coming in from them.
Oh no, no, please.
Please,
no,
go ahead,
please,
Trace.
go ahead.
He's the one to talk.
Christine, no,
Trace,
after
no,
you
go
go
ahead.
You
but
obviously
Christine, I
have
really
more
think,
important things to say.
but I
Please,
don't,
go
and
ahead.
I know I don't have anything important to say, but I know that Christine, the world is watching, and they want to hear what you have to say. So please.
It was that Dust 2 pick coming out of Vitality. This is an instant veto for NIP in their previous series. So this is certainly a potential punish pick since NIP are not confident enough to take Vitality on that nuke. So I think this veto, it went kind of both ways, but I think this definitely favors Vitality just a little bit more.
Which is a strange thing to look at, but I mean, obviously it would make sense. And if you look at it, we've ran the numbers, we've kind of calculated everything up to this point, except for the Twitch votes, which I do believe is something that we can begin to talk about. Something that is important to me is knowing where you all stand out there in the audience, or rather sit, and who you pick and who you have. So go ahead and use that hashtag Vitality, hashtag NIP. That's how we get to know who's you're supporting. And of course, with that being said, we have to go to a break. We come back, we've got the tally up the vote, and then we've got to get in the server and live on 3 with it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the DreamHack Masters Spring 2020, and this is the Ninjas in Pajamas take on Vitality.
Flashbang's affected. They have got through the smoke wall here, but Chris J, he is the final boss of the bomb site.
Now Spitty and Chris J to keep Mousesports alive.
Oh, Chris! He's found 3. It's down to a 2-on-2. Chris, can he close this with an ace? Oh my God!
Can they actually close this out? Boom, Chris.
Fantastic way to start, and no scopes on him himself. Absolutely saving Mousesports.
Hey, it's me, Lily from AT&T. I'm back, working from home, and here to help.
Hey Lily, I'm hearing a lot about 5G. Should I be getting excited?
Depends. Are you gonna want faster speeds?
I will.
More reliability?
Oh, also yes.
Better response times?
Definitely.
Are you gonna be making sourdough bread?
Oh, is that 5G related?
No, it's just like, why is everyone making sourdough now? But yes, you're gonna want 5G.
AT&T is building 5G on America's best network. Visit att.com to learn more.
Slipping today, but in the first place, well, I never wanted to say. Let me get you alone. I've got a little place in mind. Let me take you alone. There's gotta be a space and time. In the worst way, you got me tripping today. And by the first taste, I should have never gone on to say, let me get you alone. I've got a little place in mind. Let me take you alone. There's gotta be a space and time.
Welcome back, everybody. The DreamHack Master Spring 2020 is here. It is now, and we are ready to get into the game. Nip, and that is the Ninjas of Pajamas for short, of course, taking on Vitality, a French side. We're going to see Sweden versus France right here before our very eyes. And speaking in front of our eyes, you've got Bleh and you've got Potter also next to me. My name's Trace. I'll be here for the first game of the day. And that's about all I've got to say about that. So let's look forward into this matchup. Let's tally up those Twitch votes. Let's see where we stand with the community and then move forward, because I feel like that's what you two base a lot of your judgment and your baseline on. And my word, it's pretty damn close today.
It is pretty close, and I think Twitch, the great hive mind have it right. It is going to be a very 50-50 game. This might be the closest game we're going to be seeing in all the groups, if you ask me. It's just there. I don't know about you, Potter. This is pretty much close to what I was thinking.
This is for sure so close, and I'm surprised that the community is picking NIP here. Maybe they're a lot more excited about the NIP's project than I anticipated. They're as excited as we are. I gotta say, for me, I'm gonna lean with Vitality here. I think in their past history match, you can see that Vitality, they match up well against NIP. With the new Hampus coming in, I'm sure they've got some curveballs thrown in there, but yesterday, Vitality, they just looked so sharp.
I'm gonna go with Nip here. I feel this new experiment is gonna work out. I think Hampus is an incredible addition, despite the fact that Lekr was very good. And I think Nip have the edge. They're looking for vengeance. Last time they played, I say it again, they lost in the best of 3 series, each map going to overtime. They've mixed things up with the new addition of Vertigo. And I kind of feel like they might have baited Vitality into picking Dust too. So I don't know. I think Nip might just have this, albeit it's gonna be very, very, very close series.
And you know what? I think that you're onto something so much that I've actually brought this out in June. And I think I wear it like this, more like, I've graduated. I'm like, what is it, summa cum laude? Is that what they call it? I don't know. I didn't really go to college or anything. So anyway, I'm going to have to pick the Nip side myself. I think that they have what it takes. And I think they have just more fire inside of them, and it just shows throughout the server. Of course, there are a lot of questions about what happens when one player exits and another player enters, and they just try to fill that slot or fill that void. There are a lot of question marks there, but I do think that Nip have all the firepower and all the tools necessary. However, you can't discount Vitality, can you, Bleh?
You can't discount it at all. And if you even look at the odds right there, it's very, very close, very, very even. If Vitality played the way they played in map number 1 and Nuke and continue that trend going into like all the best and all the maps over here, I think Vitality would have a slight little edge. But the fact that this lack of in-game leadership right now, I'm not saying Apex is doing a bad job, but still, it's looking a little shaky. And then you have Hampus, and of course you have Threat behind NIP. And when it comes to sheer brain power right now, I'm going to give the edge to NIP.
It's like the brain is like a normal size, right? Like my head is kind of large, I'll be honest. But let's just say you have a normal size brain, and then you have a galaxy brain like Threat, and that is just something that you have to look out for. It's almost like that meme where the guy's sitting on his own brain. It's so large. It's kind of wild scenes. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and bring in our commentators. Thank you so much, Christine and Bleh. I appreciate everything that you do for me here on the desk, but I have to move the page forward. I have to continue along with our storyline, and I have to bring in our commentators. I see we got one Nip fanboy in the house to join me. You like my scarf, Hugo?
Yeah, your scarf, you say, Tracy. Your scarf. I did notice you came crouching down over here earlier, and I looked to my left, I looked to my right, and I don't notice my scarf. You've taken it, Trace. I'm not happy.
We call that the left, right, good night. And now, of course, your color commentator, and I'm not just saying that because he's a little ginger around the edges. We do have Harry Russell as well. What's your prediction, Harry? You know what? You guys take it from here.
Yeah, cheers, Trace. Thank you very much. Don't worry, Hugo, man. We can go get my nip, and we can wear that for this segment. Yeah.
Non-existent, of course.
Yeah.
I can give you a hat if you'd like.
Yeah, man, I'll take the hat. You know what? I'll wear anything.
For every map that NIP win, I'm going to put on a new article of clothing. So, or take it off. We'll see what the
So you're hoping that they don't frag a lot. Well, we're getting ready to head into this game. Hugo, Vertigo going to be our first map of the day. And me, personally, this is my map. I love Vertigo. I love everything about it, and I cannot wait to get this one underway. Now, Twitch chat, they said this was going to be close. The analysts, they said this was going to be close. And Betway, well, also, perhaps unsurprisingly, they're saying it's going to be close. And so, I think we have a real 50-50 matchup on our hand. And I think, you know, the kind of X factor of having Lekr out, Hampus in, is going to be an interesting thing to see for this NIP squad.
It definitely seems like a wild time to change a player, considering the rise that NIP have been in. But if anything, that makes me convinced that it is a good call. The fact that, you know, this team believes in it, and they're bringing in a new in-game leader despite success. And of course, the level of familiarity between some of these players in this team, as mentioned on the desk. So yeah, let's keep our minds open. I'm going to remain positive here for NIP. But Vitality, man, we saw them yesterday. They look pretty damn good against Na'Vi. But right now, they're getting shredded one by one. It's just Saiwu left up alone, and he's able to getting tagged from every single corner. Hampus trapped, but yeah, he's unleashed in the middle area, and NIP are going to find the pistol. That's Hampus with 3 in his debut round. You like to see that. Of course, Vitality did fall to Na'Vi yesterday, for those wondering, inside of group number D, everyone's favorite number. But yeah, it was a real close affair. They wrecked them on Nuke. They had a 14-9 lead on Dust that they bottled, and that led them to get destroyed at Overpass as well. But we really liked what we saw from Vitality, at least in the first maybe 50 rounds of that best of 3. Past that point, not so much. So let's see if they can bring the heat today. Deeg's out, got a couple of MP9s as well. Vitality looking to push and prod at the B-bomb side, but Hampus is waiting. As Popsky rather getting shot in the face by the SMG, and Vitality just peel away. They've got the kill, they need nothing more. Norka's looking for a trade, but he's not going to get provided much, so he will abandon B, try and get that bomb, and full send with his team up towards that A site.
Hampus is coming on out through mid, just sneaking into the back line of Team Vitality. The more these guys sell this get this attention sold over towards the ramp, the better this flank could be. However, this double flank from Vitality is also coming in. So we've got flanks on flank. And while all this has happened, Hampus goes, guys, I've cleared B. I looked into the site and there was no one there. Well, they try and go back, but in doing so, they run into these players that had pushed. Now, the reason they were going to be is with Hampus so deep in the backline, he was going to cut down these players in rotation. He's delivered on his side of the bargain, but the rest of NIP, they fell down here to the flank at ramp. And so now Hampus needs 4 kills here in his debut game in this second round for the NIP squad. He's got to get the 4K. Keep it in their favor. And with 10 seconds left, he knows this one is unwinnable. Team Vitality, they can play it just by hiding, and that's exactly what they're all doing.
That is the right call for Hampus. It might look on the outside like, wow, why didn't he go for that? What's going on? But Vitality, they're not going to mess that up. Like, one player will fight Hampus, and one player will not fight Hampus, because the bomb's there. They know that he can't plant. They know they win the round by a time as long as they stay alive. So, you know, you send in shocks maybe to hunt him down. If he gets the kill, it's fine. If not, it's also fine. And so Hampus, he'd rather just keep his AK and not risk going down to one of those 2 players. And that's the right call here, giving up that round though. And yeah, you know, a world where Hampus flanks A and, you know, NIP don't rotate safely to B, or so they think it's safely. And if that happens, you know, NIP win the round because Hampus is in the back line. He gets 2 kills on A. Vitality continue the flank, but NIP will have already planted. So, you know, there are 2 ways to play that. And, you know, NIP, it's not like they played it the wrong way, but they didn't have the full information. They didn't have the full picture, so they weren't to know the fact that Vitality are on that flank. But now they're going to be very aware moving forward, and hopefully watching their backline. This round Popsky is, as NIP try and fight their way up the ramp. Artillery barrage, though, from Vitality. Lots of grenades landing and doing significant damage to these Ts. NIP taking their sweet, sweet time to get up towards this position. No one in the middle right now. That's what Popsky has to be very careful, not only towards the bottom of B stairs, but that ladder room flank as well, which is very common on the CT side. I did just see a player in ladder, and I think it's Mizuta. So, yeah, he's coming down on this flank right now, and there we go. Vitality, they've missed the or NIP rather, they've missed the timing. Let's see if this is a problem for them, or if they can get onto the site before Mizuta can cause chaos.
They'll throw down this standard wall of smokes and start to push up behind it. Masuta is now creeping up through the ramp and has gotten really within the danger zone. It's the highway to the danger zone here for Masuta. And actually, he's been taken off the road, sideswiped by Plopsky. Left in this 3-on-3 now. NIP with the bomb planted and post-plant set up down here towards ramp. They could definitely find something in this round. Apex going to throw this smoke to try and enable the retake. That's going to fall at the head of ramp and force these players to peek a little bit wider, leave them in the crosshairs of Vitality a little bit longer, but you still need to get these kills, and with the kills not presenting themselves, it's going to be the save for Team Vitality. NIP, in shutting down that flank from Masuta, in kind of only allowing him to get 2 kills from a very good flank, they do hold on to that round.
Yeah, and that flash from Apex actually full whited Shox as well, right? He made the call of flashing high, and Shox just keeps looking at the site, and yeah, I think he just landed in front of him just by a little bit. Not fun on the retake. Yeah, watch out for these CT smokes that, well, Vitality just threw, but NIP will definitely throw on the CT side of this map. They are really good at retaking the A-bomb side, doing it against the likes of Astralis back in EPL, and kind of, you know, pretty much everyone. NIP on this map have been a force to be reckoned with, and that's why I think in my head I'm wondering where the hell does Hampus fit into this mix, right? Because Letcro calling a great T side for NIP, can Hampus do the same is what I'm wondering. NIP seem to believe so, and so we'll trust in their expectations.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, being real, even though it's very early days in Hampus being in this squad, I'm still hoping that NIP can look good in this game, because this was a team that I was already really enjoying watching. And so if they've made a change, like, it better be an upgrade, right?
Yeah,
that's how I look at it, right? Like, because it's not like you're in one of these situations that a team like Vitality found themselves in, where Alex obviously departed, and then, you know, then you're left struggling to find the player. No, you made the decision for it to go this way. So, yeah, I'm hoping that we get a good look from NIP, and in this round, they get traded left and right early on, but the advantage now lies with Team Vitality. It's going to be meandering up through short side, and he gets brought down, finished off. ZywOo onto a second in this round, despite being, not boying, 2 points of health.
Right now, NIP bobbing like boys in the water, Harry, because they are way out of their depth right now. 2 on 4. Even though ZywOo's low, there's an armada of weaponry here for Vitality. No util, really, other than this flash. ZywOo will use it, I imagine, to set his team up, but that Molotov might end his life before he gets a chance. ZywOo, quick move out of the boost, and Fox gonna flash his teammate up, but he goes towards short, and that's where the bomb is. Apex finds it. Nork alone, and it's another save here for NIP. It's very clear he's running away. He's got to be careful with this flank. Luckily, no one there, and that will be Vitality equaling up with a 2-2. Does get away with his gun, but it's of little value here considering NIP's money is kaput. They'll have to probably just force just to equal up the cash here. It makes more sense than not. You know, I like that little mid crunch from Vitality. The reason it's good is because they right-click a flash through the smoke in elevator, and so NIP are holding that smoke, holding mid. They may hear the pop, but they never see the flashbang because it's hidden inside of the smoke. Vitality swing off the back of it, 2 there, 2 in construction, and they just overwhelm NIP in the middle area, not letting them get any control. Ooh, flash not drop for ZywOo, but not a problem. He's going to just take fights. Deep smoke thrown by Vitality. No one is allowed up. Zuta dropping that smoke on A and going away from the site. NIP cordoned out of early A control, but this is fine. They're allowed to do this. They have no problem with giving up this control. This isn't a fast round for NIP. They're working on a mid play. Hampus is coming in on the back line. If you can try and split this A site with them, that would be of great use. You can already see with Vitality seeing B is empty, going silent towards that side of the map, peering in towards construction, and already sending rotates back towards A.
IP, they're a scary Deagle team.
But a lot of that was Letcro.
Yeah, I know. But also the other guys, you know, they're proficient with them as well. And I feel like, you know, you've learned your lessons from Letcro. You've watched him enough times with the Deagle. Ooh. Are they going to spot the man hidden up here on the railing? Red, he saw his back there. They've also seen his elbow. They've had a few chances to see it, but it just dawns on them too late. A nice spray from Nork makes this doable. But Shox is going to keep it in favor of Team Vitality. They'll get 3 on the board. NIP now just back down to the drawing board. No money left in these bank accounts.
Yeah, very close round considering what NIP brought into it, right? 2 AKs and 3 Deags. Like, they made that costly, they made that close, but you know, the issue with the Vertigo A site is attacking it as a T. It's pretty much every single time that you commit, there's going to be the entire CT roster there because it's just so clear when T's are going for that A control. They move up the ramp. It's very, you know, the audio is very clear and Vitality know what's coming. It's pretty standard. So Eco here and a bit of a chance for Vitality to make a mess of this round. Mizuta with 3, making money. And Twist and Hampus with just Glocks are looking to end this round nice and soon, put us into a rifle round here for NIP, let Vitality take a considerable lead on the CT side of this map. And what's cool about Vertigo in this series, Harry, we have a lot of Vertigo recently, and you know, sometimes it'll be, oh, one team plays it, one team doesn't, but in this case, both teams play it, right? NIP, they've won it 9 out of the 10 times they've tried to play it in 2020. The only loss, funnily enough, was versus Vitality, 16-14. And, well, for Vitality, they've only played it 3 times, but they've won every time. And those wins are sick, because not only beating NIP, a great Vertigo team, beating G2, a great Vertigo team, and beating Godsend, a great Vertigo team.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, Vitality have got some serious wins on this map, and NIP need to be fearful of that.
I do think we're going to be in for a long map here, right? Every one of those Vitality victories was a full 30-round game, including the one versus NIP. Yeah. They were all 16-14, which is pretty interesting to think that, you know, your Vitality, and you are winning it, but it's always very, very close. And to me, that's impressive because it suggests that the other team is playing well as well. You know, it's not just a case of Vitality showing up on the day up against sleepy teams. Nah, man, everyone's feeling it. Now, Nok. Trying to catch a bit of a timing here. He's a bit of a smooth operator, is Nok. He gets all the way into B, and Nok's not ready for a man so deep. So Nok now opening up this B site. And for Vitality, having 2 players push down aggressively at ramp can now come back to hurt them in a very big way, because these rotations are taking a good old while to come through. Nok's been allowed to go deep over here, down beneath construction. That Molotov from his teammate has now made noise, and they knew he was close. However, Nok just domes the man in CT. It's still a 2-on-2. It's still doable for Team Vitality, but Rez holding down this close position is going to be such a nuisance to deal with. ZywOo will offer up the kill, and now just Hampus, the new boy yet to find. Time ticking away from ZywOo, but he will deal with him.
So good.
And the defuse comes on in. Vitality, they'll get a 5th round on the board. I was thinking, like, yeah, NIP, they've got this round. And then I saw it was ZywOo still alive, and I'm like, maybe not.
See, I'm about to dissect that and give reasons as to why that was a bad round for Vitality, but obviously it's annoying because it comes with a caveat of ZywOo just 1-on-3ing like it's nothing. But the reason that round gets close, the reason that round is a bad round for Vitality initially is because, like you said, they trade favorably, they take the ramp, they smoke that off, but when they smoke it off, they rotate their B players away. It's like you've taken bottom A, but you're leaving B. There's only one site NIP can go to right now. They can't go A. They physically cannot go A. You've got the control, so they have to go B. Vitality left B in that moment. Shox runs back in, but as I said, he wasn't prepared for a player to already be in the site. Hampus very good at getting that control early. He's already showing good signs as an active in-game leader here for NIP. So yeah, I mean, it's fine, because ZywOo wins a 1-on-3, so we'll forget about that round. But yeah, it's a problem that Vitality can't commit again, or it could be worse than the last. Twist trading on ramp. ZywOo is here to stay, and he's here to play. He's got 2, falling back finally, leaving Hampus in a clutch that's just not meant to be. And ZywOo, I say he's fallen back. He is not fallen back. He's jumping, he's looking, he's hunting for kills. And now he's got that info. He's just going to smoke and let Hampus worry about how the hell he's going to play this 1-on-4. A flashbang, the bomb, a minute on the clock. But as is tradition, 3 Vitality players on the A site and a flank coming in. Well,
yeah, this is a dominant old lead from Vitality, and even though these rounds have felt close in some of the rifles, I don't know, man. Vitality, they're really stepping up here. They're really delivering. As mentioned, the fact that these rounds, haven't been just a bunch of clean rounds for Vitality is nice for NIP, because it means that for now at least they're still within the realm of being able to get ahead of the economy game before this first half feels too far gone. Not going to happen in this round, and in this round now with this partial investment, you do have to do damage. You really need to be taking ideally 3 of these players down at a minimum for Team Vitality. Otherwise, they are going to start to build up that bank account over here on the CT side. So, at IP, what can they bring to the table here with just the pistols? They're going to go for a fast B play by the looks of things. Flash goes in. Actually, it's close smoke. Throwing. Try and get them out. It's giving them a little gap over the top for Nok to spot through. Team Vitality, they know they're not in a position where they need to go aggressive. Interesting thing to note is Shox here, donning this AWP over Zywoo. He's taken it into the B bomb site. And he's holding for this boost up. Now, I always say, right, like if Shox has an AK or an M4 here, this player on the boost gets wrecked. But it feels a lot harder to nail this kill with the AWP. You can't just spam it, right? So he now has to fall out of this back left position. He's got support from teammates on rotation. RPK and Shox just going to mop it all up. Masuta was here as well to offer a helping hand. And Team Vitality up 7-2. This is a very dominant start to this game.
No surprises there for Vitality. They had 3 on the site and a 4th in rotation when NIP committed, right? Like the fact that NIP are silent at A is enough of a warning, enough of a clear destination for Vitality that they can stack this site. And this is such a cool series because this is what the 5th time these two teams have played in 2020. It was the opening game of Kato. We had it in the Pro League, we had it in Rota Rio, and even in the playoffs of Rota Rio. And it's been back and forth every time. Vitality won the first 2. NIP then picked up a series. Vitality took a series, but it's always competitive. It's always close. And so this being a 7-2 lead right now is going against the grain. Vitality have done their homework. These recent weeks past the Rota Rio, where they went out in the playoffs, they've clearly done some preparation. We saw that against Na'Vi. Now we're seeing it against NIP, who are struggling to field P-side rounds, typically where you should be able to field a lot of rounds on this map. 5-on-2 right now. Good luck, Nork and Plopsky. They're going to abandon the A bomb site. But as is tradition, where is that bomb? You can barely tell. The map is, or likes to elude really all logic. Nork's been dropped. There's the bomb below B. I feel like, you know, the mini game on Vertigo is find the bomb. Is it top mid? Is it T spawn? Is it below B? Is it A ramp? Is it A site? I don't know. But Plopsky, he succeeded on his side quest, and now he's going to go for the main storyline up towards A, where he meets the Dragons.
And they are spitting straight fire down from the top of ramp. It's going to be Apex dealing with him. 8-2. Vitality looking real dominant right about now. And this Vitality squad one that I think you could start to get excited about again, right? It feels like with Masuta now really starting to find his footing in this team. Apex nailing down this IGL role. They have become a lot more consistent. Maybe, like, I don't want to say they're fully back to the form of when Alex was IGLing and this was had well, I mean, get that proof, get that.
That's an interesting stat, but it doesn't surprise me considering how the AWP works on this map. It's very hard to have the same like effect like you would on a Dust 2 or a Mirage.
I feel like we barely see Zywoo pick up the AWP on Vertigo. Like it feels like, you know, he does. Now NIP looked like they were going to go on the back of that. They've slowed right down, and in doing so, they might have waited in the firing line of these nades a little too long.
Yeah, those early A nades really roast NIP, and Shox will finish the job. He's 14-2, Harry. Just a casual 7.0 KD. Nothing special here for Shox. His birthday was yesterday, but right now he is in the post-birthday celebrations. And well, yesterday, maybe it wasn't as fun losing to Na'Vi, but today, a win over NIP, that would be nice. And that's what Shox is gunning for, as NIP look to explode onto the site. Shox missed the shot, stuck at the site. He's got one more. He's on a 3-piece right now. Smoke at his feet to deny Molotov, but NIP, no util, no chance. They are getting mopped up in this round. Not with a deke. We know they're good with these pistols, but past this point, how much can we really expect? Nothing. It's Vitality. And Harry, you talk about new players, you talk about like Mizuta fitting into this roster. I think an interesting talking point is like fear, and it's something that we've talked about a little bit here at DreamHack Masters. BMAS made a tweet after that game yesterday for FaZe against Fnatic where he said that he was, scared to go, or he cautious or scared to go for like crazy plays. He didn't want to do anything too mad in terms of like giving away advantages or losing his team rounds. Mizuta certainly felt like that, felt like a very safe pair of hands starting off in this Vitality roster in RTR. But right now, in DreamHack Masters, in the few games we've seen from Vitality, he is a lot more confident. He is making plays. He is making decisions. We saw him on a flank here early in this game, coming through ladder. Like he's clearly adapting and adopting, a good style in this game, and seems to know what he can get away with. He certainly did yesterday. So I actually think that's great. The fact that, Vitality clearly helped mold this player in such a great way in such a short time. And there's so much more that he can learn.
I want to pick up this point in just a moment, Hugo, but for now, we're going to watch Shox with a bit of a masterclass down here at B. He's just staying alive and being a nuisance, and then gets helped out by Apex. Rez, he's left wondering, guys, I went back to go get the bomb that someone left in T-spawn, by the way, and you've all died. So now, 1v3. Numbers, not my strong point. And yeah, in theory, I've just taken one off the tally for it. So this should be an even easier round for Rez now. One thing that's going to help him is that there's no one for Vitality in the A site. That's not to say there's not players nearby. ZywOo is still a threat in the elevator room, but there's always a chance at getting this bomb down. If he drops this Molotov, for example, I imagine he kind of wants to hold on to it for the post-bomb, but if he throws that in over towards the elevator room, so that will enable a bomb plant here for Rez. That's good at a bare minimum for this NIP squad. Rez, the first, does deal with ZywOo, but he gets brought down low. It is going to get finished off by Apex. So this defuse comes on in. 4 in the round for Mr. Apex and 16K in his bank account. He is feeling real good right now.
I actually really like the way Vitality play that, right? Like, ZywOo could have just stayed there and fought for the site and tried to deny the plant, but they want the round, and they don't know where Rez is. He could be lurking up middle. So what they do is they leave one B player, and they have Apex and ZywOo from Elevator and CT cross-firing middle. So if anyone walks up mid, they're dead. There's no way they win the round. But if it's A or B, well, if it's B, there's a defensive player. If it's A, they play a 3-man retake with a flank, and there was a flank in their round. Not needed, but still there in case as a security to fall back on. 10-2 for Vitality. This is a storming CT side, and NIP have had no answers to the problems being presented. Great grenades again. Apex finds another, and that's over towards A right now as the mid play comes through 1 by 1. Nice trade from Rez. Plopsky picks up another, but it's still a man down for NIP even after these kills.
Plopsky and Shox have passed each other down here at ramp. Shox is in main, and this is such a weird round. They dodged each other in the smoke. Rez has no idea, and that's Rez gone. And at this point, Rez is like, Plopsky, hello? How is he here? You said you were holding B, and yet Shox has just killed me with the bomb. A minute left. And NIP, they've got no idea how Shox even got to this position. Now, one thing that maybe could go their way is that... Well, it doesn't.
Don't even need to finish the point. I love this from Shox. He's got a Tech 9, he's in T hallways, he's just killing fools. Oh dear. He's 18-2, Harry. That 7 KD that we once talked about, it's a 9 KD now. He's just getting better and better, and he's only beginning. Team Vitality, 11-2. NIP, they need an answer. They need a round, but they can't even get into the B bomb site with his AWP here. Shox at least push back in this time, gives control for bottom stairs, but Shox can flash his teammate back in. They've been doing that from time to time. Right now, it's looking like HE grenades, but Rez, over Norcross, they're going to leave B and join Rez and the gang up towards A. Apex waiting on the site. He's got ZywOo short side with the AWP, 2 of which in this round. And no surprise, ZywOo's AWPing right. Max money, max confidence, 11-2. Doesn't matter where you're playing, just get it out and get NIP out. That's exactly what Vitality are aiming for right now.
At the start of the game, which was about 15 minutes ago, it feels like, we said that this was going to be a long one, because it always is whenever these two teams face each other on this map. And that's really not looking like the case right now, but a bomb plant here at the very least for NIP. We've seen them make this round, this exact round almost work before. However, You didn't have a man named ZywOo doing deeds like that to you this time around. So let's see if NIP can hold on. They will dig down ZywOo. He can throw it over to this site. Twist trying to offer something up with his deagle. And NIP, have they ever thought about not buying rifles and just playing with the Deags? Because this is very doable. Shot though with a nice tap. And he might end up getting the kills, but no time to get the defuse. A great round from Shox. He continues building up this KD. Mate, ZywOo who? Sorry? Like, Shox is 21-2 right now, using the AWP. And looking damn good while doing it.
How the hell do you stop this, man? Someone tell me. He's just tech-9ing, Harry. He's getting more kills with his pistol than he is with his primary. And by the way, it's not his pistol. It's NIP's pistol.
I figured it out, man. For his birthday, ZywOo sent Shox his config.
Ah, that's
probably it.
There we go. We figured it out, Harry. You've done the maths, you've done the research, and Journalist of the Year, perhaps.
Perhaps, man. I'm gunning for it.
Yeah. Don't want to jinx anything.
Ooh, Twist is getting flashed through this one. Getting blindsides, not one, but maybe two. Oh no, it doesn't happen. Masuta bailing out his IGL, saving Apex's life, and now they're going to boost Masuta up. So NIP, mate, you thought you saw the last of this guy? Nope. Oh, yeah, you did. Nork actually pivoting on the spot, shuts him down, and has secured a path into this A bomb site. Apex has to fade away. He's so low that he doesn't want to risk standing around or just falling prey to these nades. And still set up. Other side of CT, risky to go for the spam there, but doesn't get punished for it. T-Vitality stuck in another retake at this A bomb site.
Yeah, time is ticking here for Vitality, looking for a 12-3 at the halftime, and AWP on Shox for this retake. ZywOo's already down, and Apex is low. He's leading the charge. Smoke or short, or the bomb. He's going to go for the bomb with the tap. No stick here, but it might have been a good idea for Vitality with time ticking away. They're going to spam it. Shox gets a kill. RBK follows up. Apex needs to get on that bomb, but he's too pushed on the short side. Hampers getting flanked. It's just enough time for Vitality to lock in a 12th round. Excellent stuff, man. These guys are looking good. And, well, I don't know what NIP can do to stop them. Maybe pick up a new in-game leader like Lekra. I heard that young Swedish player is pretty good, actually. But jokes aside, NIP are going to need something huge in this second half. So join us after the break to see if they can muster the courage.
Can't stop screaming, wound up in way too long. My curse so right, so wrong. Bad moves in the heat, tearing up the scene. I'm disco dynamite. Bad moves in the heat, DJ drop the beat. Come on now. Roll with the crazy dance like 1980. Turn, now I can cruise around. Hellcat silver sun, I'm gonna tear it down. Bad moves in the heat, tearing up the scene. I'm disco dynamite. Bad moves in the heat, DJ drop the beat.
Welcome back to Team Vitality versus NIP. Things are looking pretty good for the French side right now. 12-3 up at the half on the pick of the Ninjas, and boy, oh boy, things are not going as they should. NIP with a new in-game leader, and right now the ideas just aren't flowing for them, or at least the results are not. Team Vitality providing danger at every corner, every bomb site, and now they're going to be the ones leading the charge, bringing the pain, delivering it to NIP. 3 on the ace side. We've got Hampus playing on the sandbags, hiding, and that's where Vitality look to walk up. But notice that bomb isn't quite with them, so we'll see if that commits into B after they draw rotations. Right now, only a solo man on that B bomb site. Hampus is still here. They haven't checked it yet. NIP have drawn these players into this position with the air of safety. That is not the reality. Hampus with one, trying to double. Rez steals it away, but here's the B play. Here's the bomb committing into the one-man hold in the site. Apex is dead in middle, and things are falling apart for Vitality. They need these kills or a plant.
Plopsky's got the info that the B play is coming in. Zywoo getting traded immediately after that kill, and it's all left onto Shock. He's roasted, he's toasted, and he's finished off by Twist. Defuse coming in. 4th round on the board for NIP, and they're going to try and stumble back to their feet and recover here over on this CT side. And hell, if they can give us a few more rounds like that,
yeah,
maybe.
I mean, it's a good start. It's a pistol round again, so it's like really, you know, you can have a 50-0 and then a pistol can flip, because pistols can just be so, like, I don't want to call them RNG, because obviously like the better team that plays a pistol wins, but a lot of it is just gambling, and those shots sometimes just don't connect to the USPs. So good round for NIP, but they've got to win rifles, Harry. They've got to win these key swing rounds here if they want to have any chance in this game, because there's such a streak that Vitality are ahead of them with. I like the fact that Vitality don't force off the back of that one front. They just rather a full rifle round in the 3rd of the half. So pistols, P250s, and a Deagle. Of course, Shocks for the Deagle. We do know what Shocks can do with that gun. So NIP need to remain careful in this round. Heavy mid setup, 2 towards A. Vitality playing things very slow. They peer into middle, they get grenaded, they abandon, and they come back towards this bottom A site. Rez is watching this from the short side. A lot of information to be gained, and he's about to spot the bomb cross. There's one. Does he see any more? Because right now, Rez is gunning for information, not necessarily the kills, hoping he can confirm or deny whether Vitality are coming to his site. And well, the kills, that's a little bonus as well. Rez with 2, Zywoo trades, and now Rez is going to have to drop the smoke and stay alive. He's a solo man on the short side, Twist on the site to help, and rotations coming in, plus the flank from Plopsky. I mean, this is a done round. This is a done deal. It's just about how close can Vitality make it. Yeah.
Now's the perfect time to throw in a little gimmick like this to try and snatch a kill away. Also, Hugo, if you remember, right, we were talking about how this map is like leaning in a T favor, and how like the average is something like 54% of T rounds get won over CT. Yeah. Vitality, they win 71.1% of their T side rounds. Wow. So yeah, I was thinking like,
or you mean 71% of the rounds they win are T-sided?
Yeah. Sorry.
No, I always do the same thing.
Yeah.
But that's actually crazy. That's mad. That's way more than any other team I've seen on this map. You do have to remember they've only played 3 games, so obviously that's going to get inflated, but they won all 3 games, and they won them against a good Vertigo team, so I guess it could be inflated, but it's still not anything but true. So yeah, I mean, that's a worrying sign for NIP right now, as Vitality 12-5 up, beginning their T side in their first rifle round. Look to really go on a streak. Ooh. Doesn't matter what half they're on, the grenades are just as good as the last. Rez and Hampus getting tagged. Nork is pushed with a flashbang, but they're not blinded. They're around the corner. Actually, they were blinded, and so was Hampus. So is Nork, rather, by Hampus. Doesn't matter. It's a man advantage for Vitality. That's what does matter. And with that pick, now NIP is set up with 2 on A. Vitality, they want nothing but the B-bomb site. They've rotated round into Plopsky, the one man without a rifle for NIP. And so this is a really good call for Vitality. Although they don't know it, Plopsky does have support from Twist, who's watching mid. He can come in very quick, but Plopsky is already dead in the first peak. No information gain, nothing but a bullet to the brain. And now Twist at the back of the site has got to put up some pain.
Ooh, Twist, first kill does present itself, so he's given this 3-on-3 back over to NIP. A chance, but the nades, the mollies, they catch him as he tries to get out through the door, and it hits him on the way out. Hampus now and Rez. Oh, now just Rez. 1v3 has got it back into a 1v2, but it's undoable with Masuta tucked close. 13 on the board for Team Vitality. No money left for NIP. This is a horrible spot to be in. I'm imagining they take an eco to give over 14 and then try and come in with like one last hurrah to keep themselves in the game. But at this point, like, I don't think you can look at any one answer here as the right answer for NIP, right? You either just keep force buying and hope that you can get it done, or you do leave it up against 14 and stack all the hope into that one round.
Yeah, good grenades for Twist. I mean, it's not really bailing NIP out of anything right now, unfortunately. 300 UD with 5 rounds is damn good. And right now, they've got nothing. No utils damage, no weapons, only a Molotov on Rez. Probably a misbuy, if you ask me, but we'll see where he uses it as he takes it on short A very fast, maybe expecting a rush, wanted to throw it in, but nothing of the sort. Double stack in mid. Vitality got to deal with this one. Oh, there's a triple setup actually. Everyone's here. They're going to warm the area.
They were
2 on 1 head.
They were boosting. And they were looking through where you throw the flashes into Team A.
No.
We only saw the guy on top for like a second, but that's what they were doing there.
I would love to see that again. I don't know if that's too much to ask.
Man, it's such a shame that because obviously, like, you know, we just, because the fight's about to come in, they dismantled the boost, so we didn't catch the guy on top. But yeah, in the half a second that we got, that is where he was looking through. I've not seen that one before, NIP. No. Feels like a bit of a waste.
Yeah, so on top of Hampus' head there, you can see a player. So yeah, you're right, Harry. That's crazy. I mean, that's the thing. It's not that valuable, and you would never do that on a rifle round because of obviously what happens. You just get mowed down. But it's good to get info and go, oh, guys, it's 2 mids, so or the bomb's mid, or mid's clear. You know, like stuff like that.
I don't know, man. I think if you put a smoke in T main to make the T's have to wait in that main area, right?
Yeah,
okay, and then you do the boost over.
Okay.
That would be pretty cool. I think, you know, once it becomes something that would be like more standard, teams would obviously start looking for it. And the moment you see it, I feel like then, you know, the other sites are so vulnerable. But that's always the nature of like any triple boost.
It's a shame that NIP have given away that excellent little play in an eco in a lost game. Right? Like, this is a lost
I was just thinking that, like,
so, you know, sorry NIP, but everyone now knows about that. Thanks to us, thanks to you. I'm going to be doing that for the rest of my life, and most other teams will too. So, yeah, kind of giving it all away there in a 14-5 scoreline. That's a shame, but maybe they can start to pull things back in this round. 5-on-3, immediately traded by ZywOo, but still NIP up by 1.
And now they can't even make the argument that they're saving strats for the major. They're not. Nork looking in through the site. It is a man advantage for NIP. Hampus here, get a deal with Apex, hopping down, trying to get another fight at short side, and ZywOo will offer himself up, gets chucked down shortly thereafter. Masuta in a 1v4. Lots of work to do, and really not much to get it done with. 20 seconds left on this clock, and an AWP wide swinging him. Gonna be a 5th round, or 6th round rather. Can't read numbers on the board for NIP.
How do you do with letters?
Slightly better.
Yeah, that's good.
But like, I don't like how you can spell every number with letters. Like,
that is weird, right? You can also spell the numbers with the numbers, Harry. So you don't need to worry about that. You know.
Why don't we put write the word 14 next to Team Vitality? That would look cool, wouldn't it?
No, it would be really long actually. Get in the way, I'm sure. But Harry, we'll keep your suggestion in mind. We'll forward it to the appropriate people. How about that? That's a good way of saying no. Give you a bit of false hope. False hope is maybe what Vitality are giving NIP by dropping that 1 round. Because of the 14-6 scoreline, it is going to require a comeback of the ages here for the Swedes. Vitality is holding off right now, moving a little bit up the ramp. Here's the footsteps Lots of utility remaining for NIP. This is a good call, right? What we do know that NIP are really good at on this map is playing the retake on A and throwing in, excellent, like they have a three-piece set smoke they throw from spawn that lands 2 in front of the ramp and 1 on short side, and it completely cuts the T's out of the site. Like, it's unreal. It's a really good execute. They beat Astralis with it, man. Like, that should be enough evidence. So I'm sure Vitality are ready for it, but it's something that if they plant on A, NIP are going to have a lot of success in. So that's why Vitality aren't rushing and trying to default a plant. They want kills before that point. They want to remove the utility and the players on the NIP side. And right now, that's exactly what they're doing. Finding a kill onto Rez, committing to the site off the back of it, not pushed back by the molly. This utility for Vitality is great. Walker's spotted the head of Apex. It's a hard shot to hit, though. He doesn't care, and he will take him down through the smoke. Campus with 1, stops the bomb with 2, and this round might be NIP's after all, but I speak too soon. Shocks with a double, and a smoke on the molly. Zywoo has 10 seconds to plant. He's being covered by the util. Shocks has the cross, 3 kills to his name. Zywoo tries to back up with the AWP, but NIP are hounding him down.
Oh, Plopsky delivering that kill, and now Zywoo is to finish. Once Shocks started, 1v2, they tap the bomb, they are sticking it. Zywoo in the smoke, and he's looking for this man. Does deal with them both! Zywoo and Shoxy with a stellar round of Counter-Strike to find map point for Team Vitality. Look at this, everything about it is just, it gets you excited for this Vitality squad. Shocks with a stellar triple to get them back into the round, and Zywoo, I don't even know how he knew the other guy was there.
No. Not allowed. Get him out. Fired. Benched. No. Inhuman. Unhuman. Inhumane. All of the above. Vitality. I don't know how they win that. I really don't. NIP will be very upset. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, NIP, here it is. The final hurdle. They might just fall over it. 3 Deegs, 2 weapons, a kit on Norg, but good luck getting those retakes off of what we're seeing from Vitality. It's a full rifle round, and they don't even need the AWP. Fast towards B is Apex. He's not going to commit here with a Molotov landing. 3 on B for NIP. They have made a bit of a read. They think that Vitality want to end this with a quick B play, and they might just be right. There's 2 players here, but the bomb is on A side. Wallbang and the Deagle finding success. Good play for NIP. They may not have won the round off of that setup, but they have dropped 2 players early at the cost of none. So while the bomb was committing towards A regardless, NIP have certainly made their job easier here, keeping themselves in this map for maybe just a moment longer. Obviously looking for guns. Scavenging whatever NIP can get right now, and that's an AK and a Galil with a FAMAS swapped over. Actually, Twist did he drop the Galil to take the FAMAS? Fair enough, respect. All a personal preference. Zywoo loves a wallbang or 2, drops Hampus through it, and Vitality, a man down still, but the smokes are around, and they should use them before they fade if they want to try and get a bomb plant here. It can be so hard to plant safely with the amount of HE grenades and mollies available for NIP. It's a quick fake shot for a kill, but the Deagle is on his position. Rez with 1, jumps up. Mizuta could catch him off guard, but now he's getting pressure from the CT spawn. Mizuta can't go wide. There's a man in the elevator, and he realizes the hard way. Zywoo, do not count him out.
Yeah, 2 of these players are low, but the Deegs are in. Man, NIP, they don't need primaries. In fact, they arguably have fed worse with them. When they have the pistols, they kind of have like nothing to lose, man. These guys get unleashed. And, you know, Lecro might not still be around, but they're still doing him proud with the Deegs in this a bit of a homage to that legend.
I wonder where he's going to go, right? Because Astralis, you know, just for a brief moment while we got this low buy, Astralis talked about how they wanted, Astralis, well, they didn't talk about it, but people talked about how Astralis wanted to, you know, potentially get Alex from Vitality. Nell said that. And they even mentioned that they were looking at Lecro as well. DK said that. So, you know, that's kind of crazy, the amount of in-game leaders.
I think they ended with Snappy.
Yeah, they did get Snappy. And so what does that mean for the Tigers roster, Harry? That's what we're all wondering.
Yeah, that's very true. But Hugo, we were talking over this low buy because Vitality shouldn't have been able to find anything with it, and yet here we sit in a 3-on-2. NIP might get shut out here up against the pistols on the other side. Now, do look at Rez, because look at him. He's all the way this lower area, wrapping in
T-spawn, yeah.
through T-spawn. He's behind these guys that have snuck up. He's going towards B, and that's where they were just seeing. Rez has just missed the timing on these players. Now, Nork is luckily enough going to deliver the information that they're in mid, and he might just deliver them around. He's doubled up, left it all on ZywOo. ZywOo does win out the head-to-head. And now where does ZywOo choose to go? Leaving the B site, and that might have just saved him, because Rez was coming in from the ramp, and he still will be coming in from a ramp, literally a ramp, as he starts to come in on this rotation. ZywOo might anticipate this as a B player, goes back to the right side and closes it out. I don't know how, but he's done it. And Vitality, they're going to take Vertigo, the map pick of NIP, in a very dominant fashion in Hugo.
It just doesn't feel fair, does it? Vitality, what a storming start on the pick of NIP in this series as well. I mean, it doesn't really get better than that. Vitality looking pretty good. Harry, you're wearing the NIP hat. I'm wearing the NIP shirt.
Actually, yeah, wait, let me go.
Yeah, maybe take that one off. I'm not going to start stripping on show.
Vitality, send me a hat. I'll wear it.
Yeah,
that was stellar. In fact, ZywOo, send me just a ZywOo hat or a Shox hat. I'll take either.
Yeah, I mean, that 2-on-5, not 2-on-5, but essentially a 2-on-5 for Shox and ZywOo really show what Vitality are made of. Mazuta's fitting into the roster. The calls are good. Obviously, you have to remember, debut game here for the new in-game leader for NIP. So that could be why they're maybe having a bit of struggles here, fitting into a new role or a new style potentially. But I really hope that this roster move doesn't destroy NIP. They were really on the rise, and that is a bit of a struggle on a map they have a 90% win rate on. So we move to the second, we move to Dust 2, and we see what Vitality can do. Can they 2-0 the series? We'll have to wait and see. Join us in a minute.
Hey, it's me, Lily from AT&T. I'm back, working from home, and here to help.
Hey, Lily, I'm hearing a lot about 5G. Should I be getting excited?
Depends. Are you gonna want faster speeds?
I will.
More reliability?
Oh, also yes.
Better response times?
Definitely.
Are you gonna be making sourdough bread?
Oh, is that 5G related?
No, it's just like, why is everyone making sourdough now? But yes, you're gonna want 5G.
AT&T is building 5G on America's best network. Visit att.com to learn more.
This is the DreamHack Masters Spring 2020, and moreover, no one could have predicted any of the games down to a precise measurement. However, no one definitely predicted Shox going 25-9, and ZywOo there backing him up along with Apex. Some individual clutches won, and ultimately a map won here for Vitality, who storm away with the first one of Vertigo. 16-7, the final score line, and just right here is a testament to what ZywOo and company can do in the server. Welcome back, everybody, to the DreamHack Masters Spring 2020. I've got with me both Potter and Blair. And one of them, if not both of them, both picked Nip.
Actually, I picked Nip. I'm gonna leave Potter smiling over there with her pick of Vitality, but what can he say? What can he take away from that CD side from Vitality? Shoxy going 22-2 on a CD side. Ooh. They can go anywhere. The first 4 rounds back and forth, right? And then 10 rounds in a row. They got a little lucky, I felt, with the 1 round in between there, but 12-3 half on a CD side for a Vitality. As Hugo mentioned earlier, they win more than 70% of the rounds on Vertigo on the T side. So I think the game was pretty much done and dusted on the CD side alone. But my word, Shoxy and B bombs are just being indomitable, helped out a little bit by RPK. They just didn't allow NIP any room to breathe. So kind of a rough debut for Hampus, but what can you do? Just Vitality, hats off to them. Great CD side from the French.
Yeah, and I mean, even ZywOo, man, my God, yesterday in the post game, I said, it looks like when you're watching ZywOo, he doesn't have walls. And it's certainly carrying on to today. It's the same case, that 1 versus 2 at that A bomb site, that second kill. It's just so spectacular. But you're right, Shox, he had a phenomenal performance, but I gotta say, NIP, it seemed like they didn't have an answer. When they picked this Vertigo out, I thought it was gonna be a punish pick, but it seemed like Shox just LOSing towards the back pillar of that B bomb site. NIP, they didn't know how to approach towards that B, so I would have loved to see them putting a little bit more pressure towards mid to not allow Apex to quickly rotate and help Shox out so heavily towards that B.
Yeah, and weirdly enough, we're watching this clutch from ZywOo, and it's not so much the shots. Yes, they're cool, and he gets the job done. It's the repositioning through the smoke. You see him, he has his knife out, and then he just transitions and realizes, hey, you know what? I need to just go ahead and spray both of them. I have them both right here in my field of vision. Might as well just handle this and keep it professional. Keep it done, moreover than playing silly buggers, which is exactly what would be happening if you miss a knife on the defuser. Either way, that's not what we have going on in the server. ZywOo and company packing a punch, and right now Nip have no answer play. We look at this one, and I'm just gonna say it, I don't think this gets any easier. Do you wanna know why?
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 Well, a little birdie, and I'm not gonna out anybody by name here, Hugo Byron, told me that Nip have not played Dust 2 this year. What?
Yeah, that's that could be just a dunzo right there, right? And it's surprising why they went with the Nuke ban. Nuke is a map that, yes, Vitality are very comfortable on, looking at their performance yesterday, but it's a map that Nip can't play. It's not like they can't play Nuke. So I don't know, Trace. It's rough. It's a map we haven't seen them play at all, and there's nothing we can really gauge from that apart from the fact that Vitality should have this one at 2-0, an easy 2-0, making us look very, very stupid indeed on the desk.
And not only that,
I'm used to that, Christine. I'm used to looking dumb, but you, on the other hand, you're coming out of here looking squeaky clean.
No, I'm definitely used to looking dumb as well. But I mean, it's just like what we alluded to in that pre-show, is that this Dust 2, it was supposed to be a punish pick. Blay, he thought that this was a 200 IQ Vitality coming out and having something prepared, but we just saw Vitality playing Dust 2 versus Na'Vi yesterday, which is their homestay map. It's their best map. It's what they lean into every single series, and they should have won that 14-9 up. And they we mentioned that they were kind of playing not to lose. I expect today that to be turned around completely. So NIP really have to be prepared.
But like, how could you possibly, you know what? Let's just see how this goes, because honestly, there's no way to defend this here for Nip. If it is true what Hugo B. Byron of Brighton Beach, Oxfordshire said, then perhaps we'll find out. We're going to go to a break. We're going to come back with that second map. We're going to find out if Hugo's telling the truth or if his friend Harry is filling him full of lies.
Wasn't looking for love.
Well, I don't know what looks more ridiculous, Hugo, this hat on top of this headset on top of my head or this logo inside of Dust 2. What's going to look even worse? We don't know. My name is Trace. This is Hugo. Nip's been showing us a lot of love, and moreover, rightfully so. We do love the brand. However, this is going to be an uphill battle. This is going to be a struggle.
Yeah, I want to put the caveat on it of, okay, new in-game leader, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to say any of the rest because it's all, we've said it a million times, but the issue is, why new game in leader? That's the big question here, and we haven't so far seen the answers to that. Vertigo was not clear. Vertigo was not fun, not for the ninjas, but maybe Dust 2 is a bit of a change. However, Trace, as said on the desk, as said by Hugo B. Byron from Brighton, Oxfordshire, Vitality, they love this map. NIP, they haven't played it since November. The last 5 times they played it, they lost it, and that was all last year. So, good luck.
Are you saying that's not a real place?
Yes, I'm saying that you've mixed 2 different locations together. Both of them are places, neither of them are near.
But you're the result of what we've gotten out of mixing them together. So that's kind of cool, though, I guess. Anyway, moving along swiftly here into a pistol round is what we will do. Welcome back, everybody. This is the core, or the DreamHack Masters Spring 2020, I should say, and the core of it is brought to you right here by us. And ZywOo, of course, with a PZ50 on the pistol round. You do love to see that. Check out this little boost here lower, though. RPK is trying to spot up Catwalk, which would create a little bit of an opening here should Vitality want to run the gauntlet and run the jewels right up on Catwalk. However, they're going to take it slow. They're going to take it easy.
It's a good call for Vitality. No one's on Cat right now. NIP's only line of defense for this play is Twist on the long side, and he would have to peel back, take some shots, and then fall off to play retake. That's how NIP are playing right now, for retake. Vitality have the utility to get them towards the site, so Twist, he's going to hear all of this, he's going to go back, but if he dies here, it's a big problem, and he realizes that, so he just completely concedes a position. That's a surprise to not see him even go for a shot, but it will allow a 5-on-5 post plant here, with NIP with 2 flashes in the spawn coming in for a retake.
Well, only a couple bullets have been fired thus far. It's going to be Rez trying to get hyper-aggressive right here, and he's trying to find some heads to tap on. He's not going to be alone. Looks like Nip want to get in the fight fast, cognizant of the idea that someone could be coming out middle. ZywOo out around Rez, doing all that he can here from long, and they've stacked up. They have actually kind of come together here and taking this site. Just shocked at a 1v3. The defuse should come through no problem. And that's going to be Hampus picking it up. So everything that we've said, or moreover, everything that Hugo said is a lie.
No, incorrect. Rez, he's great at pistol rounds. He's fantastic. We know it. And I think if there was one map that NIP could be able to win here with a new in-game leader, despite the fact that, you know, how good Vitality are on this map and the NIP haven't played it, it would be Dust. It's because even though NIP don't play it competitively, everyone knows how to play Dust. Everyone knows what to do. And Hampus can surely lead these guys to success here. But like I said, it's not going to be an easy road. The individuals are great on Vitality. That last map was expertly called. And yeah, their work is cut out for them. But a pistol round, Trace, that will push them over the mark. That will start them off strong. Vitality, however, they want the same. They're going to force in the second round with 3 AKs rather, a couple of Deegs, and a quick long take that does find a kill.
Yeah, and you got to imagine that pistol round doesn't sit well with Vitality. Look to get right back in the fight, and so far, so good. Just 2 players alive in Hampus and Plopsky. And so far, Nip get dunked on in this round. ZywOo's out of the picture. They don't even need him. Vitality looking hot to trot. Plopsky has pushed an upper B. He does know that there's no one here, but guess what? That does you absolutely no good when the bomb is about to be planted on A momentarily. Nonetheless, Molotov biding a little bit more time. I think Hampus has realized what's going on here. And for Nip, you look at that first round, and you know, you count your lucky stars. You say your prayers or whatnot, but now you've moved forward in the second round, which you've immediately lost. You lost before, you know, the bomb was even planted, really. And we're back to business as usual.
Save city here for NIP.
It's, yeah.
Population 2.
Imagine Jame in pajamas. Or don't imagine that.
Yeah, I won't. but worth thinking about. I'll save that for later.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just an idea that kind of like I was crafting for words, not necessarily the mental image.
Well, too bad. You put it in my head, Trace. It's not leaving, and neither are Vitality. They're going to hang around the A site, save their guns, get the round, and NIP have left this one to a third. They're going to try and force buy around these 2 saved guns, but the issue is, Trace, CT economy, man, I hate it. I'm not going to go on a rant. I hate it. I absolutely can't stand it, because NIP, they win a pistol, they lose to 3 AKs. Why have Vitality got 3 AKs when NIP can't even afford 3 M4s, and now NIP are broke? Like, welcome to Counter-Strike. Nothing makes sense, especially not the economy, but NIP, they got to make do with what they got. The spread is up, and the SMGs are out. It's a fast play for Vitality out long once again.
Preach, Hugo. Let him know how you really feel. RPK's trying to do just that. He finds himself out of the blue bin, but a little bit of help from Mizuta is going to go a long way. The spray's going in the way of Vitality, and that's 3 players out of the running. Easy peasy, make it 4, just knock. And don't you worry. I'm going to start knocking on A site's door here any second. It's just this young player left with a scout, and he's got nowhere to run.
Oh, God, it's like watching Trace on an anti-eco. They're just sprinting towards him. They are chasing this scout down. They know he's got nothing to do and nothing to do it with. Zywoo's going to find it eventually, and Vitality will shut out the round with ease. No deaths, no losses, full money, and quite the opposite here for NIP, who have to take a hard eco before the next.
Hey, you recognize this guy on the screen?
Oh yeah, I think he used to be the sick top tier in-game leader for some Swedish roster. I can't remember. I can't quite remember what team.
Man,
it's really good though.
They had something figured out. It's like they were looking good. It was Nip. And then it somehow has been deduced that Lekro was the problem, I guess.
Yeah.
Either way, that's not up to us, that's up to them.
I don't want to, let's talk over this, right? Let's talk about it, Trent.
Let's talk over it.
Okay, I'll talk about it. I don't want to, wreck NIP because they've made this change, right? Because, again, there's so much that as outsiders, we don't know what goes on inside of the team. I'm not saying that Lekro is toxic, right? That's not what I'm saying. But sometimes teams don't gel, players don't gel. And, of course, yeah, NIP, they're probably going to lose this series, Trace. My money would be on that if I were with Betway. But Hampus, you got to give him time, man. You got to let him fit into this role because he is a good player. He always has been a good player, and I'm actually excited to see him in this team. It's just a shame it came at the cost of a really good in-game leader who is excellent individually, and that's why it's such a shocking roster change, at least for me, because it didn't feel like there was a problem in NIP, but again, we don't know what goes on internally. So we only have to sit back, relax, and wait and see, and hope the Hampus can craft something throughout the remainder of this tournament for this team.
And truth be told, you're right. I mean, we are speculatively speaking up here. That's quite the word. RPK having quite the shot on the res. And, well, there was really no chance for Nip in this round, just some USPs and pistols for him. Zywoo taking the skirmish top middle, and he's going to find 2 with it. That's going to be another round here for Vitality. You're making it look easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Good start, and it's such a good map for Vitality. This is really going to be a trial by fire for Nip, but there was a time to show off your individuals, show us what you got. This would be it. Rez, he found 3 on the pistol. He's been silent ever since, but now armed with an M4, the first of which for NIP, full bore. No kits for the retake, so save is likely if Vitality get a bomb plant. They won't fast long, but NIP will. 4 players there, funnily enough, but with the Molotovs going down and no Ts getting out, Vitality will go elsewhere. NIP have to be considering that B site right now, and Hampus has begun a rotation in through middle. That's not the case, though. RPK is lower to cut off those rotations and any upper dark aggression, but right now, Vitality's running up towards A. No util, no flashes, no anything. They're just going to throw bodies at the problem. North, he's on the corner, baited in by Zywoo on the ramp. They get 1, and Hampus here in the pit, still alive and kicking ramp side. RPK lurks out middle for a kill, and Shox tries to back off with the bomb to join his teammate, knowing both players are on A, but he gets caught, should have committed, leaving RPK in a clutch.
All right, RPK, let's see what you've got. He's got the Molotov. Bomb has been planted, but that will flush some players out of the site. Unlikely, though, that was going to work out for him. He did leave himself a little exposed. Shots do land for Nip. We see a second one going on the board here.
I don't think Vitality are ready for the bait and switch, right? The Goose player, Mizuta does trade, but that's a big problem. Nort gets away with 1 onto Zywoo, and then Shox realizes that A is lost. He has to run away. If he tucked Gandalf or just held him for a fight, maybe it would have gone better for Vitality, but he thought he had a timing. He thought he could have escaped, and NIP won't let him get away with it. Shox on long with the AWP. He gets smoked on the molly. That's so great to see. NIP losing a man early, and oh, look at this reaction. This is so classic for Vitality. They get a long pick. NIP is scared of A. Vitality run all the way back, and that's a key smoke as well. Xbox smoke going down. Now, if there's anyone in middle for NIP, they're going to see that smoke, and they're going to go, oh, Vitality are going cat to A. They're splitting A with that long pick. No, they're B rushing, baby.
Russian baby for a Plopsky, and he's going to get it. He's going to line them all up and almost grabs one midair. Apex gives him the fight of his life. Now a twist on the door. It's going to be a 3v3 here. Now this is a situation where we saw FaZe Clan play retake of the site, and now we're looking at a Nip trying to play retake of the site. A little bit of a boost. Something cheeky, as you might call it, Hugo. Looking over it, it's actually going to work too. They're going to find the bomb. They're going to stop it right in its tracks. But still, plenty of time to work with here. Shox in the back of the site with AWP. Apex is going to be able to recover the bomb, get it planted. And I think they're considering the boost a second time, but they don't go for it. Instead, Apex re-smokes the door. Now we have a 2v3. What's Apex play here, though? What do you think he's going to do?
he wanted to push close, but he got tagged. So now NIP actually hear that he's in this position. He's probably got to move or commit and doesn't want to throw himself at the problem. That's a great shot. Shock sees the side of Hampus' head and he'll take it out. Apex misses his shot and Shock's getting overwhelmed by 2, missing the flick. If he hit it, there was a chance, but without, it's going to be a round for NIP. Apex, man, he puts Twist to 7. If only he finished that kill, it would have been Vitality's round, but a big retake coming through for NIP. Nice patience there, right? Going for the boost, dropping the bomb, waiting, and going in together as a unit. Too many teams will try and stop that plant by flashing through the door and just getting aggressive, but because there are so many players watching that position, you often get none, and even if you get one, you get traded, and typically the T's are going to be a man up anyway, so trading when you're a man down isn't really good. NIP, though, looking good on this map, right? Like, they don't play it, but I'm liking what I'm seeing. Shox got out long, they didn't realize. Twist finds a pick, but Shox does trade, and Zywoo's Orb has found another. Rez is here, Twist is not, and oh my, it's a bloodbath at long. 4 CTs dying in this position. Vitality have no problem with taking those engagements, and Plopsky is in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And we look at this map, we've talked about it beforehand, how NIP don't have really anything to go off of here, right? They're kind of like just driving in the dark almost with the headlights off. And what that can do is for Vitality, if they start to turn up the pressure, if they start to turn up the heat a little bit and really put some speed and momentum on the plan of action that they have for each round, they can really throw a spanner for NIP, who ultimately on a map that they, do not play, will really not have the protocols. They won't have that CT-sided answer for what Vitality throws.
That is the key, right? It's like when you're losing, when you're winning, when everything, yeah, I know, right? When you're winning, when everything's going well, like it's fine. You can keep calling, you can keep believing. Everyone believes in the in-game leader. Everyone's feeling good. But when you're losing, and that point will appear in this game for NIP, when they start losing, does Hampus have the answers? Does he have the solutions to the problems that Vitality are presenting? That can always be the hard part on going on a map you don't play. So we'll have to wait and see. Right now, this is competitive, and that's what we want, considering how Vertigo wasn't. Zywoo, nice mid shot. He saves Shox' life, who gets tagged, and one of the 2 scouts removed from the round, at least temporarily, could get picked up, and probably will, but NIP really don't have a lot to play with in this round. Going to smoke the mid doors, double cat setup, looking to collapse into middle.
Rez playing advanced position up here on Catwalk with the Deagle, hoping to grab himself 1 or 2. Just to keep this one potentially within the grasp of NIP. Plopsky's going to be there to back him up. So what will happen here, Plopsky will shoot first should they push up Catwalk, then Rez can swing in an attempt to get more frags. But the call's been made for Vitality. They're going to show some presence out here, and they want to go towards middle. Zywoo, a little bit aware, it seems, of the idea. Someone could be on Catwalk, could be very close, and he is exactly right. He's already dinked Rez down with the clock, and now he just waits for his teammates to get there and help him out. Shock with the Mac 10. Mac Daddy-O gets it done, and it's Mizuda, rather.
Mizuti?
Mizuti, Mizudo, Mistudo, whatever, man.
Rey Mysterio?
Prosciutto.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Just twist and knock, and now you did say 2 scouts. Lo and behold, that's what they have in their hands, Hugo.
Yep, and it will probably remain as well, unless Vitality look to take these guns away. And, well, that's the thing for Vitality. They probably will. They don't really need to, because these aren't exactly big weapons to save for NIP. Vitality, though, are feeling full confidence, looking for the 2-0 and looking to make it as easy as they can. Shox got spotted with a Mac 10. I'd love Shox to commit here, because why not, right? You have a Mac 10, like you're going to be able to upgrade it anyway.
Yeah.
Just go for it. But he's grouping with his team. He's clearing T-spawn. Apex is holding for the long push. And obviously this is the safe play. This is Vitality going, we don't need to hunt. They have nothing to save. And that isn't far from the truth. 2 scouts isn't going to provide much salvation for NIP moving forward. And so Vitality
getting to that senior level. And speaking of getting to that level, it's a long push here that proves to be fatal. Plopsky and Rez fall. Knock is the only one that's finding some frags and success in this round at this point. He's also the only one alive. He's got 2 kills to his name, and that's the bomb down in upper. They shouldn't have a problem clearing him out unless they all line up 3 deep in the door.
Ooh.
But here's Shox. He's just running around with a MAC-10 like the gangster he is.
That scout trace, probably the best save I've ever seen. 3 kills from Nork, all worth it. Shox should have hunted. Look at the regret on the face of Vitality. No, of course not. It's not a problem, but yeah, I mean, that's why you would hunt with a MAC-10 and why you probably should hunt with a MAC-10, but it's still around for Vitality, so at the end of the day, doesn't matter.